Been a pretty bad day for recording because I've done stuff. I've just been too lazy to pick this up and hit record. I'll upload a picture of when I loaded it, but tried something new. Have a Chevy Tahoe that we picked up from an auction in Peoria, and now we're in AJ, 2 minutes from dropping it off. The dude found me off of an ad that I put on Facebook for like hotshot services available. I had a couple of people message me, but this is actually, I'm actually loaded with something of his. And where is this street? I don't see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Picked up this car from the auction. He's got this. He kind of buys and sells, and he's just telling me, man, if this all works out, it'd be great because I don't have to worry about the transport side of things, and I can just do like purchases and repairing. I'm like, yeah, man, sounds good to me. Yeah. Coming down the little back alley in AJ now. It says his shop's down here on the left. But yeah, seems like a good dude. We're going to drop this car. We're going to drop the car off. I have another one I can pick up around 2, but I also need to go to Discount Tire because I have a pinhole leak somewhere and I want to get it fixed before I go to Sedona tomorrow. Man. If you noticed, it's dark outside, and I've never filmed when it's dark outside. So it's been a long day, one could say. I don't know how much I filmed, honestly. I took a lot of pictures, so as I talk about them, I'm sure I'll plug the pictures in. Started the day, oh my God, I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I had 2 cars on my deck this morning. Yeah, and we went to the scrapyard, dropped those off. Then I went to my old scrapyard and hung around there for a while and helped clean up, and coincidentally ran it like an old coworker showed up, so we just chit-chatted for a while. Then somebody on Facebook got back to me from a hotshot ad that I posted like when I started. Need help transporting, is this something you could do? I'm like, absolutely. And then we told him the rate and like just what makes sense for both of us and helps us both make money and this and that. And didn't hear from him for a couple hours, and I was like, all right, just got back on the load boards. But then nothing, I didn't find nothing, and he texted me that he paid the fees at a cards at auction so I could go pick it up if I wanted, and that was the Avalanche. And that was the very first time I've ever used these ramps on my trailer, and that was interesting. And I also learned I'm gonna buy wheel chocks tonight, because if I didn't hurt my transmission today, I'm amazed, because today for some reason was the day that I do the most cars that I've ever hauled. So I did the Avalanche first, and then I dropped, that was all the way from Peoria to the corner of Apache Junction, so that was far. I dropped that off, and he had told me earlier on the phone that there's possibly 5 cars that need to go 1 mile, and I said, okay, that should be something quick that we can do. Oh my Lord. I dropped the Avalanche off, and I had noticed it is not a store. I mean, it's really just 2 lots that he has. One is pure, what would appear to be trash, but to my eyes and certain people's eyes, there's a lot of, good scrap metal stuff in there. And what an idiot. G35 flying down the highway without lights on. Just needs one good cop. Where are the state troopers when you need them, But, stupid. He almost got hit. Dropped the 1 car off, got there, and then we discussed the others at the location. Turns out 2 of them don't have motors, and I don't have a winch, so he said 3 of them ran, and I said, cool, I'll get the 3 from you today. I'll get the 3 for you. We did those 3 back and forth. The dude, don't want to tell too much, but the dude's son has issues with his license, so he couldn't drive. And so he's like, I'll roll with you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we do the first 2, and then he goes back with me in the truck. And I was like, you're not going to take the other one back a mile down back streets? He's like, oh, I don't have a license. I'm like, God damn it. All right. So we shuttle back to the yard we shuttle back 1 mile to their storage area, unload those 2, like open the ramps again, undo the straps, unload those 2. Then we go back for the last truck, which is an F-150. First of all, let me say, I don't know how people comfortably haul 2 cars on a 30-foot trailer. As you can see, I mean, we could have maneuvered it a little bit more, and I probably could have got the ramps to stand upright. But as you will see, it did not fit, and we just strapped up the ramps against the back of the car with a pad. It went a mile down the road. I felt it was safe, so I sent it. Did the truck for him, and then all throughout today I've been fighting a pinhole leak in a tire. So whenever it drops down to 50, that's usually like where I'm unloading or loading, so I'll pop out my handy dandy air compressor and pop that hoe up back up to near 60 for my fronts. Everything else is fine. Everything else is good. I think I need to get in this left lane. Did the F-150, fighting the leaky tire. So when we finished the F-150, there was a discount tire near the dealerships, quote unquote, where we were dropping the cars. So I went 6 minutes up the road, and I get there at 2 o'clock, and he's like, yeah, man, we're probably won't be able to get to it until 4. And I look at the time. I have a broker texting me for another car I was supposed to go pick up, and IAA closed at 4:30. And they told me I was in Apache Junction, 2 p.m. and then they're telling me at 4 o'clock they'll get to it. And then I'm supposed to, even if there was no traffic, there's no way in hell anybody is getting from Apache Junction down to Broadway and 19th Avenue at 4 o'clock and make it before 4:30. So, there we go. I kind of like driving at night because you see headlights and you can see what's exactly around you easily. But did the F-150, dropped it off, went to Discount Tire, tried to get them to fix my tire, but they weren't quick enough. So I was on the phone with my wife and I was telling her all my situation. She's like, if you can just keep airing it up, just go. And I'm like, you're right. Threw the truck in drive, got out of the lot, flew down to Mace or Phoenix Broadway area, and I got there at like 3. I got there right at 4 o'clock. I did not get loaded with the car until 6 p.m. Mind you, the load on my trailer right now, I was supposed to pick up at 5 o'clock. Thank God they were a 24-hour facility that nobody knew that, actually. So I was like, once I picked up the car from IAA at 6 o'clock, 15, also thank God, my pickup for Sedona was 7 minutes away from my drop-off from IAA. So that made even further sense. Getting in my neighborhood here. On the phone with everybody, just like thanking everybody for working with me, like hanging out late. I got loaded with the stuff going up near Sedona at 30 minutes ago because I just drove home. 7:20, I probably left that facility. Just exhausted, man. But I'll put a picture of what's on my trailer right now. They always call it continuous mining equipment, and I have no idea what that means. It's probably just out of my pay grade because I don't know. Oh, Christ. We are going to go inside, and my son's already going to bed. I need to go kiss him goodnight. But I don't know when I'm gonna edit this stuff because I gotta get up early and go to Sedona. But we'll yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm sure I'll film something tomorrow on the road. Maybe when I have to stop to fill up my tire with air. Parallel parking this rig. But alright guys, appreciate you watching. Talk to you soon. Later.